Perfect. Welcome everyone. Today is June 19th. Super excited to have an AMA here with the team at Putin Coin. We done a lot of research, looked into the project, see what these guys have planned and such. Um, you know, they have a cool and bullet narrative. Oh, CC, if possible, just mute your mic when I'm talking because there's a lot of echo that goes back. All right, perfect. So yeah, super excited to see what the team has planned. A lot of the market, it's not doing well at the moment. So, we've noticed a lot of developers and such like that. They're more catered towards themselves, not really looking for the, I guess, the aspect of, trying to benefit the holders and people that invest in the pre-sale. These guys are doing a whitelist, so it's a little bit different now. A lot of projects I see at the moment are doing whitelist. But yeah, let's see what the team has in store. Any previous projects to take a look at. And yeah, all right, Cece, take it away. So my first question I have for you is, starting off, introduce yourself and, the team behind Putin Coin. Is it just you on the team? Is it going to be, a couple others? Is there any utility that's going to be made? So let's say, for example, for utility, is there, developers that have made previous projects and such like that, I guess, concerning dApps and such like that. So just talk a little bit about yourself and then the team. Take it away.
Hey, Frogs. Yeah, thank you so much for having us on. Essentially, it's just me and my co-dev, Ledevsky, and we have also an in-house artist who does everything for us. So it's just us three working on it currently. As for the utility side, we are looking to bring commodity NFTs. So that's oil, gas, steel, and also we're working on a tokenized real estate project. So yeah, that's the situation at the moment.
Zelensky and another person as well, who's I guess the artist behind it. Is it you that is a developer, or is it Zelensky? Or I know, but
Vladevsky is the main developer. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. He's busy working. It's just one day until launch, so we're all very busy. And I'm basically in charge of the marketing and representation side of the project. And yeah, it's just us two and our artist. That's it. Yeah.
That's great. Small team, totally fine. If you guys can get the stuff done, perfectly good. So I guess for people that don't know, what are the significance behind Putin coins in terms of why do you think it's a bullish narrative to call your coin, I guess, Putin?
All right. So essentially, the situation with it is that I personally come from a background of involvement in fiat business. I basically sold wholesale electronics in Russia for a time. So I've had some experiences with the Russian economy. And I basically thought that it would be interesting to combine my experiences from there and also the headline articles of obviously Putin being on the news with the war and everything that's going on right now, and sort of try and satirize it and make light of a very dark subject matter by bringing a new coin to the scene that instead of just doing, what everyone's done before, just Pepe memes or things like that, kind of seeks to create something funny out of a very serious and deep topic that will allow people to engage with the coin more, in my opinion, because it's a larger target audience. There are more people involved, and I think it's quite interesting. And also, we saw another coin recently by DYOR. It was Trump CEO, and we think that did very well. And we're also seeking to kind of emulate that a little bit, while also bringing in our own utilities and new narratives. Yeah.
Right. So obviously, huge hype with Ukraine and such like that. I guess not in the best way. But overall politics are definitely booming at the moment, especially with all the recession, all the stuff that's fucked up in the government at the moment. But yeah, okay, I guess we get the next utility, I guess you guys are primarily focusing on. I believe you guys have an NFT collection. So maybe talk a little bit about, what's the total supply, and does it, for holder benefits, is it kind of like a staking APY thing where you stake the NFT, you get tokens, or what's the utility behind that?
So how it works is we haven't decided yet exactly the numbers, but essentially every commodity will be listed on OpenSea with a limited supply. So currently that'll be, gas, oil, and steel, and maybe we'll come up with a couple more. And essentially, yeah, how it works is the largest holders of the NFTs earn a certain amount of the Putin coin supply that will have unlocked, and it won't be much. It's just about 1% after we account for burn. But I think it's a nice functionality, and also I like the NFTs, so I think that they should sell decently. I will personally buy some myself just because I like them. I'll hang them up on my wall or something. And yeah, but currently they're not the main thing. They're sort of just a small taste of the utility we want to bring, because in the future we want to get into, tokenized real estate. How it works in Russia, for example, is Russia obviously is the largest country by landmass in the world. And even the government has a policy where every adult citizen upon turning 18 receives a grant to 8 hectares of land, which is actually impossible to access for many people now because of the sanctions. So it would be quite easy for us to acquire Russian land cheaply. For example, I have friends in Russia. I could buy land off them with US dollars outside of Russia. And then it's quite a simple process actually to tokenize it. So that's the main utility. The NFTs are more of like how do I explain it? Like a small taste of what we want to do in the future, rather than being a really important feature down the line. So right now they're fun, but they won't be the main functionality in, maybe a few months once the project has gotten off the ground. That's the main focus is this real estate.
Okay, so at the moment, you guys are primarily focusing on getting that, that real estate from Russia. I guess talking with it, what do you guys plan to do with once you guys, acquire that land from Russia? How does that generally benefit, the people that are invested in the project, the holders?
So essentially what we'll do is we'll put it up on the market. We'll just sell it, and most of the money we will indirectly put back into Putin coins. So, for example, if I buy some land in Russia and then I put it up for sale, and we'll see what the demand is like, put it up for sale over crypto, and I will personally invest most of the proceeds from the sale back into Putin coins. So that's basically how the mechanism will work. And then obviously once it's been sold, people can choose to trade it as they like. The initial sale will be back into the Putin coin liquidity pool. So yeah, that's how it will work.
Obviously, a lot of pre-sales and such like that is on the BSC. So why did you guys plan to do it, number one, launch on the Ethereum chain? So I have a pre-sale on the Ethereum chain, as well as only doing it via whitelist. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure, yeah, no worries. So actually, initially we were planning to do a BSC launch. I don't know if you saw, but actually on Pink Sale, there's even like I think a cancelled pre-sale. We even set everything up. We paid the fees to Pink Sale. We set up a BSC pre-sale. Then what happened was the Binance lawsuit, a lot of FUD around BNB crashing off like 15% in a couple of days. I had a lot of BNB personally. I'd converted a lot of our budget into BNB to pay for marketing that we were going to engage in leading up to the BSC pre-sale. So I personally lost money. It was quite annoying. I know a lot of my friends did as well. So I sort of thought maybe it would be better for our project if we have a more stable coin such as ETH. It's a larger market. It's not tied to a company like Binance. It's difficult to shut down or sue in comparison to something like Binance. We can see that during the FUD, ETH went down much less than BNB and recovered more significantly. So basically, we just thought it would be safer to use ETH. There are some small drawbacks with ETH, such as the gas fees being quite high, makes the barrier to entry a little bit higher. But we feel that that's probably a good price to pay for the additional safety in using ETH over BSC, which might be a bit risky for now with the lawsuit and everything. And essentially, yeah, that's how it works. I'm sorry, Frogs, what was your other question? I didn't quite hear.
I guess, why do you plan to use on ETH, and then Oh yeah, why do you guys want to do a whitelist rather than just like a fair launch or uh you know the regular, I guess what Pink Sale always does. Like why whitelist?
Well, there have been two projects recently, I believe, Raptor Jesus and Pickle Rick, and they both used whitelists very successfully. And we kind of thought, oh, they filled a lot, and their whitelist worked. Also, whitelists are great in the sense that they give us as the team a good indicator of where we are and where we need to get to. So, for example, with no whitelist, it's often you just have to go off of activity on the group or like the amount of members in your Telegram and just generally the amount of hype, which is pretty much an inexact measurement. Whereas for us, for example, now we know we have 150 whitelists, which is pretty good, and we want to get to over 200 before the pre-sale starts. So it's just useful in giving us that kind of certainty of where we are and where we want to get to. It's like a more measurable metric by which we can judge where we are as a project. So I think a whitelist is the best way to do it, and I would always recommend doing a whitelist. I think there's no drawbacks to doing it. I think it's a great tool.
Fair enough. That's a great point that you bring up. So I guess let's go into the tokenomics, including everything from taxes and liquidity, locks, supply distributions on pink sale listings, and is there anything else you want to mention? But just talk primarily about the taxes, how long the LP is going to be locked for, as well as supply distributions and how you're going to allocate tokens. You talked about NFTs and such like that, so get into the specifics as well.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So essentially, there are no taxes on the token. As with many popular ETH tokens, people don't really seem to like paying taxes. We were considering doing pretty high taxes, like 10% on BSC, in order to help fuel some of our functionality. But on ETH, they're not as popular, especially with the current bearish market. We felt maybe it's not the best idea to do taxes, so we decided no taxes, 0, no taxes ever. Liquidity pool, as you asked, it unlocks in 200 days. Pretty standard. We're in it for quite the long run, and we have 0.5% team tokens, which aren't really team tokens because we use them to fuel like the NFTs, and we use them also in giveaways. We'll run some giveaways where we give away tokens later on to help hype. Then we have, and by the way, 0.5% is actually closer to 1% because half the token is burnt. So it's like half the token is burnt, 0.5% like our tokens that we choose what we do with, and 6.5%, I believe, CEX listing. We're in talks with Bitmart. And then we have 2.5% in a marketing wallet, which I believe unlocks in about 10 days, which will be used for marketing. And that leaves like 35%, I think, which is being sold on the pre-sale, something like that.
All right, yeah, that's a fair to supply. So you guys are already talking to Bitmart. Any other CEX listings as well?
Yes, actually, there is one. What is it called? Oh yeah. Vladevsky just said we also were just speaking to Probit earlier this morning.
All right, that's great to hear. All right, so I guess moving on to your pre-sale that starts tomorrow. I noticed that you guys are looking to participate. Some frogs here, maybe they want some whitelist and such like that. So I noticed that people have to submit a whitelist application. So how many people have already submitted one, and how confident are you guys on filling that 20 ETH soft cap?
All right. So essentially, we have gotten about 160 submissions, 170 submissions. We approved almost all of them. We approved 150. There were some which were a bit dodgy. On Telegram, there are always some weird wallets. We had like 5 people submitting like BNB wallets. So, it is what it is. But almost all of them were approved because why wouldn't we approve them? We don't have a particularly high minimum contribution. It's a 0.05 ETH, which I think is fairly reasonable for Ethereum. And yeah, So we are pretty confident we can fill the 120. We can fill the 20 ETH soft cap because we have about 150 whitelists, which adds up to like I think 80 Ethereum in those wallets now. Pink Sale gave us access to a tool that can actually check, do a liquidity check on all the wallets without us having to manually check them. And there's more than enough. So we feel that, especially with the help of Cryptofrogs, it really shouldn't be a problem to hit our soft cap of 20 Ethereum, probably within a couple hours of launch. So yeah.
Okay, so another question is, what is your relation to DeFi Aussie? Because he's worked on Trump Coin, he's doing absolutely well. He keeps continuing and pushing on the project and such like that. So obviously you said in DMs that he's going to be working with you guys and helping you guys push. So just curious as to what his relation into the project and what he will be doing for that project. Putin.
All right, so interesting thing. I've known DeFi for a bit of time, and so has Vladevsky. We have never worked together before, but we just knew each other over Telegram. We had bumped into each other a couple times. Great guy, really nice channel. Always willing to help. I really appreciate him. Essentially, what happened actually was initially he offered to incubate our project, which since this personally is essentially like one of my first own projects, basically my first project by myself. I thought it would be great to have an experienced guy help incubate us. So I agreed, and then we went through it a bit. When I messaged you that, he was fully on board with us. However, as you know, he has his own project, Trump, and currently Trump went through a little bit of difficulty, and I think that he's spending all of his time to support his own project currently. So I'm not sure how closely he's going to work with us in the future, but we still speak to him. We're doing a call on his channel today. So he's still going to help out, but I don't think to the same level that we anticipated initially, just because for his own reasons, he's very busy at the moment, I think. But yeah.
So yeah, because I was talking to him, and he said, he doesn't really have, he has no idea on what you guys are planning to do and such like that. And also another thing worth noting, I've been talking to a lot of people, went through some of the contracts and such like that, and some of them are, they're affiliated to the Chad CEO coin as well as the what's it called, Squad Fund. So talk a little bit about that. Is there any relation that you could, speak about upon with Chad CEO as well as with Squad Fund with DGen
All right, so I used to speak to DGen Dev, and basically when I was getting into crypto, he offered to help us do some marketing. So there were some transactions with him then, but I do not work with him at the moment, and I haven't spoken to him for a while. I think not since Chad CEO or something like that.
He's not on. So there's nothing correlating to himself working with the project, because when we checked, we found some Telegram usernames. We always do investigations, especially with AMAs and such like that. And obviously we want to give spotlight to people and to explain and such like that. Because it was you and him that actually ran that Squad Fund thing, as well as Chad CEO. And some of the marketing it's kind of similar, because you guys are doing. I remember there was something with 50 push-ups, something like that, and you get free Chad CEO tokens. And this one is like every shot you get is like free Putin tokens. So is there any correlation at the moment that you could speak on behalf that he is working on this project, or yeah?
No, he's not working on this project, and I only peripherally helped out in the two projects that you mentioned. They weren't, as I said, they weren't really my projects. This is my project, and it's not affiliated with him. He's not working on it. As for the marketing thing you've described, the vodka thing, we initially thought it would be a good idea, but we didn't even end up pursuing it because some of our marketers were Muslim and they didn't really like it. So that even got cancelled. But yeah. And no, to answer your question, again, he's not affiliated with the project. No, it's my project.
And I guess, going into questions before we get into our community questions and such like that, you guys are obviously, very community driven and stuff like that. So I guess before we start community questions and Kahoots and such like that, to kind of summarize everything, why should you personally consider Putin Coin a good and fun project to be in part of, invest in and whitelist and such like that?
So strong community, good meme, more original than all of the, normal Pepe coins floating around. Whitelist is big, lots of hype, good budget, good people involved. Obviously, you guys too. We have a bunch of calls going up today. So I think it could be quite a hype thing. Token metrics are good. Everything is safe. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Art is really nice. Design is really nice, in my opinion. The guys really, our artist really worked it with the website and all the design, I think. So yeah, I think it's a really nice project. Yeah.
To go because I'm actually on vacation right now and my mom has one of the meetings. So I'm gonna let Mike take it away. He's gonna deal with community questions and such like that, and there are famous Kahoots, of course. So Mike, please take it away. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.
Alrighty, so we're going to do things a bit differently this time. We're going to do some live questions. So everyone who wants to ask a question, raise your hand, and let's start with Flavor Ola. The floor is yours, my friend. Flavor or Favor, are you there? Alrighty, let's move on to the next person, Goat. You're allowed to speak. Goat, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alrighty, ask away.
Great project. I really love the concept behind this project. My question is, what important is do the holders, the Putin holders, have over the people that? What important use does the Putin holder have over people who do not hold your tokens? And are there any advantage for long-term holders as well? What strategies do you intend to use to increase the token value and duplication of the increasing demand holding in the future? Get my question?
CC, did you hear that?
Yeah. Firstly, thanks for the compliments on the project. Really good to hear. But basically, yeah. We will be accepting PTC payments for our tokenized real estate in the future. And as that increases in volume, demand for PTC is supposed to increase. So logically, that would be our main mechanism for increasing volume over time.
Okay, great. Next question is going to come from Dragon's Eye. Floor is yours, my friend.
Hi, am I audible?
What's up, bro?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much for this opportunity. It's a wonderful project here. Now, my question is, how does Putin Coin handle potential security threats, such as phishing attacks and social engineering attempts targeting its community? And also, are there any plans to implement multi-factor authentication, additional security features to enhance the protection of Putin Coin holders?
Sorry, could I ask you to clarify? Do you mean security for the community, so like Telegram authentication to prevent botting, or are you talking about the token side? Sorry, could you just clarify for me? Thanks.
Did you hear me? I said I'm talking about the token side, token aspect, security aspect of the token.
All right, perfect. Thanks for clarifying. So we are fully KYC'd. I've personally KYC'd for the token. LP is locked for 200 days. Team only owns 0.5% of the token, most of which will be used and given back to the community. It won't just be sold or even held by us. And as I said, it's only 0.5%. So it's fairly safe. The community will control all of the token pretty much. we will buy into the token a little bit post-launch, but that's not particularly dangerous or concerning. If anything, it's good because obviously it will help it move up. So yeah.
Okay, great. Next question is going to go to PCI. You're
Hey,
unmuted
hello.
now.
Thank you.
How's it going, bro?
Doing great. Thank you. What about you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Beautiful day outside. No complaints.
Sure. Since it's, purely a meme coin at the beginning, you will be implementing some utilities on the road. In my opinion, one of the pillars of a meme coin will be the community and also the new people who is, outside this DeFi space and join a community for the pure aspect of, like this new person who is not related to crypto, like this community, likes this meme coin, and he also joins the community, and he invites new people to the community also. So going with that, I wanted to know what are going to be those let's say incentive to bring those new peoples to the who are like I said not related to crypto to join this space and also your community to make it actually like a huge meme coin in this way of saying things.
All right. So to begin with, we are getting in people from within the crypto space, but there are people in the crypto space who do not normally buy pre-sales on Pixel. So for example, most of the people that we're speaking to on Twitter and Discord, we actually have to, for example, explain to them how to actually use Pixel. So they don't normally contribute to pre-sales. So we are bringing them into the markets. We're not just targeting the normal kind of, obviously Cryptofrogs that often buys pre-sales. So we're not only targeting you guys, but we're also bringing in new people from other parts of the DeFi space. Outside of the DeFi space, thankfully, our utility is mostly based in real world things, in fiat economy transactions. So, for example, that would be tokenized real estate, tokenized commodities, these types of things. So, for example, as I said before, I traded electronics in wholesale in Russia for about a year. So I have a lot of friends who I could easily convince to get in. We're actually waiting post-launch because they don't want to buy the pre-sale because they don't normally trade crypto at all. So they don't even know how to use it. So we'll be getting them in post-launch. That's mostly what I can say. We can get in people from, the fiat world because of our ties to the fiat world with commodities, tokenized commodities and tokenized real estate. So yeah, that's our strategy.
Yeah, because as it happened, like the past coins and like these great meme coins, they grow as they did. It was because of the pure community. Use people like outside, like I say, DeFi space, who for mere coincidence they knew about this, or some other people told them about this. They joined that community, and they spread the word. So that's a good thing to know. Well, thank you, and thank you, Mike.
And thank you.
Of course, that was a great question. Let's do two more before we start up our Kahoot. So next question will be from Safe Havens. You're allowed to speak.
Hi guys.
So
I don't know if I'm audible enough. Am I audible enough?
yeah, your audio is
Hello?
pretty low. If you could speak up a bit, that would be appreciated.
Okay, is it better now?
Yep.
Okay. My question is, how does the Putin coin plan to address the risk of regulatory scrutiny and legal challenges that would affect its sustainability as a meme coin? And then secondly, how does the Putin coin address the risk associated with pump and dump schemes or market manipulations, which are often prevalent in meme coins?
CC, did you catch that?
Yeah, I did. So great question. With market manipulation and pump and dump schemes, most pump and dumps are conducted by their own creators. So in that case, that would be us. Pretty much impossible for us to do, considering we don't own any of the token apart from the 0.5%, which I said will be going back to the community indirectly anyway. So pump and dump schemes not very likely for us ever. As for regulatory scrutiny, that's actually a very good question, especially in light of the recent events. However, we are only trading in Russian assets exclusively, and the Russian Federation has so far made barely none regulatory steps in regard to cryptocurrency. You can use it. It's actually one of the most free countries to use cryptocurrency in, and it really shouldn't be a problem for us. We are not operating in the US, so that will not be an issue like it is for Binance or any of the other crypto institutions that have been sued over the last few years.
Okay, comprehensive answer. Thanks, guys.
Of course, that was a great question. Alrighty, for the last question, let's do Ben 10. Floor is yours, bro.
Am I audible?
Yep.
All right. It's been a great presentation, and I would love to go straight to my question. Sisi, you talked about some of the upcoming NFT commodity coming up, and I want to know maybe some of your investors who might be into real estate or might be into oil or maybe fabrication. Is it possible for me to mint some of my oil products or real estate asset as an NFT in your ecosystem? And what means of a measurement do you take into these real life assets?
Yeah, great question. Essentially, no, it would not be possible. We do not provide a service for minting your existing assets into NFTs on our platform. However, what we seek to do is allow people to indirectly mint their land in Russia into NFTs. So, for example, I would go speak to someone in Russia who has some land, buy it off them traditionally, so through crypto or fiat, and then I would list it on our site, and then you could buy it, and then the money would be put back into Putin coin, and you would have to pay me for it in Putin coin. That's how it would work. When I say me, it could be anyone on our ecosystem. I just mean, one, like someone who holds Putin coin, not necessarily us. That's the system we want to design. So unless you hold land in Russia, you wouldn't be able to mint your land into an NFT. But that's fine, because you would still be able to trade, buy and sell our NFTs wherever you are in the world, which are just tied to Russian land. That's it.
All right, that's awesome and interesting. And your Twitter handle, I'm just looking at your Twitter handles now, and I discover it's unverified and it has a low engagement, just having 8 likes and 25 retweets. So I want to know, since it's a meme token, what have you planned maybe to increase some of the engagement of your Twitter handle so that it can increase and attract more investors?
Great question. Well, we're going to partner with Twitter marketers in the future. Currently, we have just worked on Telegram and Discord. So our Twitter has pretty low engagement because it was literally made, I think, we started working on Twitter like 5 hours ago. So it's not exactly been around for a while. But in the future, it should accelerate like our other social media and get more to the level of or beyond our Telegram and Discord engagement. So yeah.
All right, thank you very much. I will definitely join up your TG community and ask more questions. Thank you, Sisi, for the opportunity, and best of luck to your project.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Alrighty, another great question. I guess, now it's time to start up our Kahoot. You can see the game pin here on my screen that I'm sharing, and then I also posted the link on the main channel, so you guys can just join through that link. Let's get to 25 people before we start, and this Kahoot's going to be geared more towards crypto news, giving you guys, a fair chance to win and such if you keep up with the news. So a few more minutes while we wait for you guys to join, and then we'll start it up. All right, I'll give you guys another 2 minutes. Make sure to use your Telegram username. Alrighty, let's get a few more people in here and then we'll start it up. See, that was a great presentation. I know Frog gave you some hard questions there, and you answered them very well. So yeah, huge shout out.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks.
All right, I'm going to start this up in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's start it up. All right, so this one's called For the Frogs. I think I have 11 questions prepared for you guys. Most of them are tricky. Question number 1. What BSC project recently surpassed a 100x for the Frog family? We have Mechabonk, Degen Duck Race, Dollar Squeeze, or Bear Bowl. This is more of a question to see what you guys are, paying attention to all our posts. This one should be fairly simple. One of our pinned messages. It's Dollar Squeeze. Very nice. Looks like most of you guys got that one. Broken first, James in second, and Diamond Hands in third. Question number 2, true or false? USDT curve pool imbalances have recently triggered depegging concerns. True or false? Again, if you guys were keeping up with recent crypto news, this one should be very, very easy. And it is true. Looks like most of you guys got that one. Very nice. James takes the lead, Diamond Hands in second, and Jack up in third now. Question number 3, true or false? BlackRock may have found a way to get SEC approval for a spot Bitcoin ETF, causing the markets to pump. I think it was yesterday and the previous day, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. True or false? Another super easy question. I'm sure most of you guys have heard the news on this one. And great, yeah, looks like most of you guys got that one too. Diamond Hands takes first. BSC Chad on a streak. Question number 4. Is Sam Bankman-Fried currently rotting in a jail cell after the whole FTX situation? It's been a while actually since the FTX situation, but I haven't heard much about it in recent news. So we have, yep, he is. Hopefully, I have no clue, or nope, everyone has forgotten about it. Another fairly easy question. Great. Jack takes first, Diane in third, James stays in second. Next question. Crypto detective Zach XBT is facing a defamation lawsuit issued by who? We have T-Moss, Machi Big Brother, 3-Piece Art, or Jared from Subway. This one's actually a bit of a trickier one if you don't know. The answer is, yeah, Machi Big Brother. Wow, most of you guys didn't get that one. Surprising. James back in first. Question number 6. Is the US trying to kill crypto? Yes, the US has lost too much money trading it. No, the US loves crypto. Yes, it threatens their control over the global financial system. Or no, the SEC does not want to regulate crypto. Super easy one here. Got the Biden picture. Great. Yeah, most of you guys got that one too. Leaderboard stays the same. Question number 7, true or false? Hong Kong has put pressure on 3 major banks to take on crypto exchanges as clients. True or false? I believe there was also some talk about this a while ago too. More speculation, but we'll see if this one's true or false. We'll see what you guys think here. True. Very good. Most of you guys got that one. Question number 8. Binance is under investigation for aggravated money laundering in which country? Canada, Germany, Belarus, or France? I think Binance is under investigation pretty much anywhere, but specifically aggravated money laundering is in France. Oh, wow, a lot of you guys got that one too. Good job. 7 players on a 3-answer streak. Maybe I made these questions too easy. Second last question, true or false? Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, and Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, are speculated to be working together to manipulate the crypto markets. True or false? This one's definitely a rabbit hole, but if you know these guys and what they do, what do you guys think? Is it true or is it false? It is true. Great. Leaderboard's pretty much the same. Media takes 4th. All right, last question here. True or false? Stablecoin laws have been approved by the UK Parliament's upper house earlier today. June the 19th. True or false? Oh, wow, pretty even there. But yeah, most of you guys got that one right. All right, onto the podium. In 3rd place, we have Kevin. Oh, we snake 3rd place there. Nice. Diane in 2nd. And in 1st, James. Congrats, you guys. Let me get a screenshot here. Perfect. Alrighty. CC, thanks for joining us. Great AMA. Is there anything else you want to say, kind of to close things off before we head out?
Yeah, so it was a pleasure speaking. Thank you very much for having me on. Anyone interested in the project can DM me, I will respond. And anyone interested in whitelist, just fill out an application. Only thing is, if you do fill out a whitelist application, please put your Telegram username on it. It takes you 2 seconds, and that way we know you're not a bot and we can contact you and we can see that you're a real individual and not spam. Thank you so much.
Alrighty. Thanks again, CC. Thanks everyone for joining. Best questions and random giveaway will be picked after. Yeah, all you guys have a great day. And yeah, till next time. See you guys.